Hey everyone, Lee with Mantis Mechanics. And are you making this big mistake when you pivot that's causing you tons of power in your turning kicks? Okay, so when you first learned a roundhouse kick or a round kick, you probably started in some sort of fight stance and your first kick looks something like this, right? See this a lot with beginners. They don't pivot on the foot, right? And they bring their leg way out and they kick. This is the most common mistake that beginners, when attempting this kick, do, right? They don't pivot. So what happens is when they do this, their weight transfers to the outside of the standing foot. So right on this edge where the pinky toe is, their weight goes from the center of the foot more to the outside. Now eventually your teacher, if they're good, will teach you to pivot, to put power into this kick. And as you do that, your kick will get better looking, it will get more powerful, and you'll start to understand what a roundhouse kick is really like. The problem is that we still have this bad habit of whenever we do this kick, our weight transfers to the outside of that foot. So if I pivot and my weight goes to the outside of the foot, I'm off balance. Okay? If I'm off balance, my kick is not going to be that powerful. So my tip today will be keeping your weight on the ball of your foot and don't let it go to the outside, even when you pivot. So if I pivot on the ball of my foot versus pivoting and letting the weight go to the outside, you can see how much slower that is. And I talked about this in another video. Speed equals power, right? Speed equals force. The faster you can throw something, the more power and more force it's going to have. So let me show you what I mean by the ball of the foot. All right, guys, as you can see that I have actually colored my foot. Green right here on the ball of the foot, and then red over here on the side. The green represents the ball of your foot, where your weight should mainly be as you pivot. And the red represents where you shift your weight if you're throwing your kick off balance. This is a very common thing to do, is shifting the weight over to this side of the foot as you pivot, and it's going to make you off balance, and like we said, it's going to make your kick not as powerful. So when you pivot, I really want you to concentrate on this area here, making contact with the ground. Now, I am not saying that this part of your foot isn't on the ground. It obviously is. But you want this part to do the pivoting. You want to feel the pivot right in here on the ball of the foot. You don't want the weight to transfer from here over to here as you pivot. Now, we're going to take another close look at my foot, and we'll show you how that pivot works. All right, guys, as promised, here's a close-up of my feet. And I'm going to do a good pivot on my left foot so you can see the weight on the ball of my foot. And it's going to look like this. Okay, that would be the left foot. Now the right foot, I'm going to let the weight come to the outside so you can see what that looks like. And in this camera angle, you can actually see that my ball of my foot, or that inside of my foot, comes off the ground a little bit as I kick. Again, causing me to be off balance. So check this out in your kicks, and we'll go see you next time here on Mantis Mechanics.